Okay, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at rule well, and Shalom to you, Arkim, that are teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and in sincerity. This is the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp coming back at you with another lesson to edify the Lord's elect. As always, I'd like to begin by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that do look like the other nations because Israel as a people has been scattered amongst all nations throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I was just reading an article in the news here, and I thought it might be edifying to do a quick lesson on it. It's like you hear me. So let's get into it. It says, from the Daily Mirror, it says, man dangles from theme park ride before plunging 50 feet to his death. Let me read that again. Man dangles 50 feet from theme park ride before plunging 50 feet to his death. I said that incorrectly, but I hope it makes sense. Stunned theme park attendees watched the 32-year-old plummet to his death from the skyrocket at the Lagoon Amusement Park in Utah as one filmed the disturbing scenes. This is the terrifying moment a man dangles from a ride moments before falling 50 feet to his death. Stunned theme park attendees watched the 32-year-old plummet to his death at the Lagoon Amusement Park in Utah. The man was on a family trip when he fell from the Skyride chairlift. Sad. Paramedics and officers raced to the scene before he was rushed to the hospital. The man sadly died of his injuries, Farmington Police Chief Wayne Hansen said on Monday. The man was flown by helicopter to the University of Utah Hospital in a critical condition. Park visitor Lucy Grain Astilla told local news she saw the man, whose name has not been released, riding alone on Saturday. There he is, seconds before his judgment from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says this is the moment the man was seen dangling from the safety bar of the Skyride. So it says, when she spotted him clinging to the chairlift, she initially assumed it was a professional gymnast performing a stunt. She told Fox 13 that she had started filming and could be heard saying, "What is he doing?" while being carried across a tree-covered walkway. People can be heard yelling up at the man. It says Lucy was travelling in the opposite direction when she captured him clinging to the front railing of the purple chair. In the video, the man did not move while being carried over a fountain, but he can be seen looking around. He was clutching onto the safety bar before falling to the ground. Farmington police said they received multiple 911 calls shortly before 6 p.m. Astilla told Fox 13 last night, I was not able to sleep thinking about that man. I pray for him. I hope he can recover. Well, he's in the spirit realm now. The Farmington police confirmed he had died and that his family did not want his name released. They added the fall was unintentional. The fatality is under investigation, with the cops and amusement park officials saying that it did not appear the ride had malfunctioned. Police Chief Wayne Hansen told KSL, "We don't know why he did that or what was going on. We just don't know." We know, I'm going to get it through the scriptures. Park spokesman Adam Leishman told KUTV, "Every ride in the park undergoes intense safety instructions." This received an inspection on Saturday morning. The Lagoon said in a statement, "We are saddened by the incident that occurred Saturday on the Sky Road ride. Our hearts go out to the family and others associated. The incident is under investigation by local authorities, and the Lagoon is cooperating with that investigation." He added, "The Sky Ride has been operating without incident since its installation in 1974, and there is no indication that the ride malfunctioned." Lagoon was given authorization by authorities to reopen the ride on Sunday. That's quick. The Sky Ride has been operating since 1974 without incident, said a Lagoon spokesperson. It is the only the park's only transport ride and carries park goers from the north and south ends of the Midway. So that's the end of the article. But the reason why I'm bringing this out is because this was judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get that in the scriptures. Starting with Deuteronomy 32 verse 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill." So the Most High kills. It says, "I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So that man was destined to die that way, because the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set it up that way. Job 4 and 8. It says, so like here, Job 4 and 7. "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" So that man wasn't innocent. He had to pay for the sins he's done in this lifetime and in lifetimes past, because reincarnation is biblical, and we all have to pay for the things which we have done, be it in this lifetime or in lifetimes past. So that man falling off that ride was judgment for sin, because sin is transgression of the law, right? And it said, "Whoever perished being innocent." So that man wasn't innocent, just as I'm not innocent, just as anybody on this world is not innocent, because we are all subject unto sin. To be honest, the nation that can really only sin is Israel, because we're the only ones given the law, statutes, and commandments. But other nations can sin without being aware of it. You know what I'm saying? But currently we are under the covenant, which is why the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with us in the way He is. That's why we're under these curses, because we have transgressed the laws. But I want to get another scripture, because we're not supposed to tempt the Most High. Now, by going on fairground rides, them rides where they're spinning upside down and you're hurtling around these roller coasters at high speeds, clinging on by your knuckles. They call them white knuckle rides, don't they? If you're going around on them things, there is indeed a danger that you could die. And when I was in the world, I was young, I used to go to fairgrounds and stuff like that. But when I came to this truth and I got a little bit more sensible, I started to look at these things in a different light, in the sense that we shouldn't be tempting the Lord. And when you're going on these rides, these dangerous rides, you're really essentially tempting the Lord. So let's get that precept. It says, Deuteronomy 6 verse 16. And it says, "Ye shall not tempt the Lord Yahweh your power, as ye tempted him in Massah." So we're not supposed to tempt the Lord. And that's one of the scriptures that Yahweh Shai quoted unto Satan, when he said, he told Yahweh Shai to cast himself down from the top of a, let me get it. Matthew 4. Yeah, Matthew 4 verse 5. "Then the devil taketh him up to the holy city, and setteth him on the pinnacle of a temple." So Yahweh Shai was high up, right? "And he saith unto him, If thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down. For it is written that he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone." So Satan was tempting Yahweh Shai to cast himself off the pinnacle of the temple. And what did Yahweh Shai say? Yahweh Shai said unto him, "It is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power." So, as I said, by going on these flipping crazy ass roller coasters, yeah, it's fun when you're a child, but when you're more mature, you think, hang on a minute, man, this is folly setting great dignity, in the sense that you're basically putting your life on the line for a cheap thrill, a ride that maybe lasts 2-3 minutes, and you're basically you're kind of daring the Lord to not make the roller coaster fly off the rails, or whatever it is. You fall out, the safety bar fails, when it goes upside down through the loop, you might fall to your death, or you never know, maybe there's a random tree branch sticking out and you're traveling on a roller coaster and then your head gets lopped off. I mean, that's happened before. Loads of crazy shit's happened before where people have died on these rides. So really, if you're sensible, you think to yourself, hang on a minute, that's tempting the Lord, man. I don't really want to be doing that. Now, the Most High set it up this way for this man to die in this manner. Let's get that in Kings. So I want to get 1 Kings 22 and verse 22. First Kings 22 and verse 22, starting up a bit actually. Right, this is 1 Kings 22 starting from verse 20. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? Right, so Yahweh was saying to his angels, I want Ahab to die at Ramoth Gilead. Who's going to go out and persuade him to go in that way so he could fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. You got to put the face on the voice on, and the spirit coming out, I will persuade him. And Yahweh saith unto him, wherewith? So Yahweh said, how are you going to do it? And the spirit said, I will go forth and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, go forth and do so. So the spirit came up from the mist and said, I will go forth and be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. Right? Therefore, behold, when Yahweh hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and Yahweh hath spoken evil concerning thee. Right? So basically the point I want to make is that the evil spirit, well, it's evil on the left-hand side, but it's still righteous because it's doing the will of the Most High. But the spirit went forth and was a lying spirit in the mouth of Ahab's prophets to make him go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead, which accomplishes the will of the Most High, because Yahweh controls both sides, the right hand and the left. Now, the reason why I've read that is because we're going to go to Job now. Job 4. 13, is it 4 and 13? No, Job 33 is what I want. 14. Job 33 verse 14 says, for the most I speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. So to break that down, what happened is that night before when that man was sleeping, Yahweh opened up the man's understanding and he told him, look, you're going to go to this fairground, you're going to go on this ride and something's going to happen. Then you're going to be hanging onto the bar for a certain amount of time, because Yahweh might say you're going to hang on to that bar for 1 minute and 22 seconds, right? And once it gets to 1 minute 23, that's when you're going to lose your grip and you're going to fall to your death 50 feet and you're going to die. That was basically sealed in this man's instructions the night before. And he went and the spirit came and made, well, you could say an angel, made him go up there and go on that ride and fall to his death. That's how this all works, man. And this is the thing. When you understand the spiritual realm, things just make so much more sense. On the news, they're going to be saying, oh, it was just a tragic accident, this happened or that happened. But nobody ever ties it back to the Most High, because the Most High kills and he makes alive, and there's no power beside him. Just as I read in Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39. And that's the end all be all, man. If a man walks into the road and he gets hit by a car and dies, it was judgment from Yahweh Shai. If a baby is about to be born and unfortunately there's birth complications and the baby dies, is stillborn or something, that was judgment from Yahweh Shai. If your house burns down and you're trapped in it and you burn to your death, that was judgment from Yahweh Shai. If you're walking across the road and you have a heart attack and you drop dead in the street, that's judgment from Yahweh Shai. Yeah, this is why the Most High is a power to be feared, because all of these things go back to Yahweh himself and his judgments, right? That go forth every day. The scriptures say the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. Let me get that. Psalms 7 and 11. This is a good one to maybe close out on. So Psalms chapter 7 and verse 11 says, "The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day." The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. So I hope that's been an edifying little lesson on letting you understand how the spiritual realm works and how judgment goes out from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, giving all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere shalom to Akim that are teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. And until the next lesson I do, Lord willing, I say shalom wa abba wa kwem shalom.